Can you really just take over someone's 2.5% mortgage? It's complicated. A question that tends to pop up, especially during times of higher interest rates, is I heard of something online called an assumable loan. Can I really just take over someone's mortgage at a lower interest rate? It's complicated. It's a popular question, and I get it. I want a 2.5% interest rate too. However, like a lot of things in mortgage, it's complicated. As a general rule of thumb, if it's not an FHA or a VA loan, then it's pretty much a non-starter. If it is an FHA or VA loan, then there are ways to do it, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. As the buyer, you have to be ready to put up the net equity that the seller wants to realize from the sale of his home, which can be a lot. The seller is typically able to put up a premium value for essentially selling you a discounted rate. On top of that, you still have agent commissions, title fees, recording fees, and the stuff that goes along with the transaction. So typically, a lot of cash is going to be needed up front. Now, as the seller, you're going to have to do some extra work, and you're also going to have to hope that the buyer qualifies with the lender doing the assumption. And if the assumption was somehow processed incorrectly, there's some liability at stake for the seller too. Keep in mind that these haven't been done in mass in over 30 years. This, along with some of the other minutia that goes into doing a transaction like this, makes some of the practical applications of something like this pretty limited. However, a few weeks ago, we did have a VA buyer that found a VA seller where this situation actually made sense. So there are viable situations where this makes sense, they just tend to be few and far between. But just because you can't travel back in time and grab one of those 2.5% interest rates doesn't mean that you shouldn't put your stake in the ground in 2025. With projected home values only looking like they're going to continue appreciating, if you are someone that knows you want to buy a home, then let's figure out a way to make the financing make sense for you. Are there other common things you're hearing online about buying a home that seem too good to be true? Let me know and let's discuss.